Anyway, this is from Adam, who says, if Working Dog Productions ever brought out an Aussie version of Saturday Night Live, considering there's one in the UK
Yeah.
and an Australian one is probably inevitable.
I've heard that UK one is good too. People
I
tell
haven't-
me.
I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it either, but I've heard the UK one is good.
Would you guys like to be part of that?
No.
Well, firstly, I think we're way too
No.
old. They want young,
Yes.
up-and-coming comedians. I'm not really a comedian. I'm not a comedian, but like...
Who was on that TV sketch comedy show you did at Channel 7? Because that was like an incredible
Big
cast.
stars.
So imagine
Kate
if,
McCartney.
Yeah, let's go. So this is the
Yeah.
scenario.
Yeah.
It's 20 years on or whatever from that now.
Yeah.
Like probably, right?
Oh,
or
yeah,
more.
more.
More
Yeah,
than
yeah,
that.
yeah.
25 years on. Somebody at one of the big networks was going, hey, we still have the rights. It turns out in these contracts, how many seasons did they do?
One.
One. we signed everyone for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
There was an option that we can actually, and the weird thing is, our lawyers have had a look at the contract, and because Hamish and Andy were involved as well.
Well,
weren't they?
no. So they did Big Bite season
Yeah.
1. Then they lost 70% of the cast,
Oh,
and they made
and
it
then Hamish
second.
and
And
Andy
then they
came in.
basically
All right.
retooled it to be Hamish and Andy's show
Okay.
the following year.
All right, so let's forget about Hamish and Andy then.
Yeah.
We'll just do the first season of the show. They're
Yeah.
like, we've got the rights to this. We can put this cast back together. Who is in that cast?
Okay. Well, Chris Lilly,
Chris
obviously.
Lilly.
would be
So Chris, maybe it's a Chris Lilly project. Chris
Yeah.
is looking for an opportunity to get like back in the game after a few years of like his stuff being very controversial or whatever. He realizes like
it's like Robbie Williams going back
Yeah.
to Take That.
yeah,
Go
the
back to
network
where it all
comes to him
started.
and says like, we've got an opportunity, but this is the brand we want to like revive. We've got the opportunity.
Yeah,
Who
Kate,
else?
Kate McCartney,
Good
Deadlocks,
get, right?
Kate McCartney.
Yeah, this is good.
And she's like, she could executive produce. She's now doing
Yes.
that now with Deadlock. She's
Yeah.
a very experienced, very good, award-winning writer. Andrew O'Keefe might be a little
I mean, great
problematic.
comeback story though, right?
Yeah.
Like if he's actually fixed up his life, like this is like every show has that sort of thing of going, we love in Australia someone to have, I mean, he has a lot to make up for and he'd have, but just say he got to that place and this was like, it's time for him to have like a redemption story.
Yeah,
Okay.
Becta Inamuno, who's still doing
Becta
heaps of
Inamuno
work
still
with the
does-
Chaser,
yeah.
world-class improviser. She's hasn't lost a step. She'd
She's
be
part
fine.
of the Gruen team. She still does our audience. She's done our audience warm-up for a
Perfect.
decade.
So
and
she's
yeah.
ready to go.
Yep.
Cam Knight is
Yeah.
no longer the angry young man, mature, does a lot of dad stuff now, parenting stuff.
All
Cam Knight
I
could come in.
see is rave reviews of like his shows.
He's
of
very
late.
good.
Yeah, like I have not seen Cam work live for years, but every time I see like some mention of him in the press and whatever, like it seems to be raving.
Meow Meow. What's her name again? Melissa.
Really,
Madden Gray?
was part of the
Yeah, she was part of the-
really
yeah.
cabaret international
superstar,
cabaret
Meow Meow.
superstar Meow Meow.
Melissa Madden Gray. So she's coming back.
Oh my god!
It was good as a stacked cast.
Wow.
And we got axed after one
Yeah.
season.
Okay,
Charlie Clausen, of course.
yeah.
I can't really remember. I think they're the most prominent.
That'd be well if that was your Saturday Night Live Australia.
But we're all too old.
I understand, but I'm just saying if you could make Chris Lilly.
but
can do
would
all
it be
the
a bit like
characters
when
from
they
the
brought
news?
Fast Forward? Remember when they brought
Who are the roles? This is what we do.
Oh,
Let's look
yeah,
at the Saturday Night Live style
Well,
role.
Chris Lilly's never himself, so he's
Yeah.
always playing characters.
That's right.
his
So
thing.
he's doing all the characters.
And he would be like the digital shorts guys,
Yeah.
where he's going off to do it. He basically has his own.
Oh,
he runs
yeah.
his own thing. He writes his own sketches, does his own characters. It's like
Yeah.
that's kind of how he did it on Big Bite anyway. He sort of just did his own. He did his own thing.
Okay, and I feel like a couple of the other cast members would be happy with that arrangement as well. So I feel like that's good. We've done it well.
Okay, so
Who's-
your core cast would be
Yeah.
me, Beck, Cam. Oh, Richard Pyrus as well, who's
Oh,
like
yeah, great,
is
yep.
doing
Excellent actor.
RDA,
Yep.
working in London, doing shows with the Royal Shakespeare Company. So he would be part of that regular cast as well. And then I think Kate would be more of a Tina Fey.
I was going to say, who's your news? So let's cast you sort of like, so there'd be a news
Well,
desk.
back in the day,
Yeah.
it was Richard Pyrus was that he did the news desk segment, but he did it as like this kind of. He had a character that was like a.
Yeah.
He was like a dude with dreadlocks who's like a
Oh.
stoner kind of
Okay.
like interpret a
Uh-huh.
humorous take on the news from like a university stoner, but would readapt that character to be something
Yeah.
else. So Richie could be back on the news desk, I
Okay.
think. Him and Kate are good mates,
All right.
so they already have
That works
chemistry in real
well.
life.
I like that.
think they dated one upon a time back in the
Oh,
day.
All right.
But they would have good chemistry. So I think, but I also think I would put Kate in a Tina Fey sort of EP role where
Yes.
she could flip behind the camera, so she'd script supervise, run the show's guest and everything, but also appear if she wanted
Yeah.
to. I think she'd be great. She'd be a real asset behind the scenes. And then Beck. Oh, Beck is your all-purpose. She can do anything. She's a all-purpose performer.
Okay, so like with a Saturday Night Live style thing, I think that like because the sketches, whatever, right?
Yeah. Well, you got one impressions guy on Saturday
Yeah.
Night Live. That would be
Who's doing impressions in that cast?
who's the good impressionist out of that cast?
Yeah.
I can't really. Well, you know what? Actually, Andrew O'Keefe was pretty good at
Yeah,
impressions.
okay. We've got.
You know what they
yeah.
did, and I can talk about it.
That's
now.
that's what we've done. We've got O'Keefe back, but
Yeah.
he cannot be himself.
Yeah.
he can
That's
only
what I
be
mean.
doing impressions.
I'll tell you. So when
Yeah.
they were assembling Big Bite, so we, I can't remember how. I think me, Charlie Pickering, and Michael Chamberlain had been making sketches at this production company. So we sent in a tape, and so we got brought into this like, I guess it was like a weekend workshop where they had all these comedians in as they were putting their cast together. So we all workshop scenes and did improv and stuff, and then from that they selected their cast, right? And so one of the sketches I presented at the time was I used to do a Russell Crowe impression where it was like back when Russell Crowe was in his super serious era. And so the sketch was basically in every situation, Russell Crowe was going to tell a long-winded speech,
yeah.
be very self-serious and, very like.
Well, that is material that would not hold off.
So I did it, and everyone loved it, and everyone's like, "Oh, that is a spot on." But then I got cast in McLeod's Daughters at the time, so I wasn't available. So my schedule, I wasn't available all the time. So they took my character, my impression, and my sketch, and gave it to Andrew O'Keefe.
Oh, really?
Which, I mean, I don't know. You can really. It's not IP, right? Like it's an
No.
impression of. Well, I can't say, hey, it's not like my original character. It's like I'm doing. But I remember I was watching it. I'm like, hey, that's mine. Like that was my joke. I'm Russell Crowe catching a tram, like giving a long-winded speech, reading a poem, blah 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 blah. But yeah,
Okay, so well, this is what I was going to ask is so obviously people in the news is part of that Saturday Night Live style. They'll often do like politicians. That's where you get your famous casting and whatever, right?
I could do my David King.
Yeah.
Finally.
Right.
I'll do the sports desk.
And so as David King,
There's David King.
what other news, like is there someone in the news, like a politician or like, what do you think?
Well,
you could-
someone's got to do an elbow.
Yeah. I don't think that's you. You don't feel like an
No.
elbow. Who could you be?
Richard Pryor. Oh, Jake Stone was also in the cast, and Jake was a very good mimic as
yeah,
well.
Jake could do an elbow, maybe.
Yeah, Jake could do an elbow. Or and Richie could do an elbow.
Yeah.
I think any one of those guys could do
But
an
what
elbow.
could you do?
Oh, as an impression?
Like, yeah, if like of the new people in the news. So it doesn't have to
well,
be a
I
politician,
could probably do
but
an
it could
Angus,
be like
Angus Taylor.
yeah.
Like,
A bit
that
straight
kind
ahead,
of
clean
waspish.
yourself up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the joke would be he's always like doing his
Yeah.
own social media. Well
Yeah.
done, Angus. Good
Well done,
job.
Angus. Oh, actually, that's actually not bad.
Yeah.
Well done, Charlie. Good job.
Yeah. Any kind of straight laced, kind of square waspish
Yeah.
dude. That's where you would call me.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
what else?
it's true, actually. You could be like heads of sporting organisations, like head of the AFL, head of the NRL.
Yeah,
like
put me in this
that's your-
suit.
yeah.
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 And then I guess they would be doing, if we like, just say the show's being made this week.
Yeah.
Someone's going to be doing a Hughesy. Someone's going to be coming
Oh.
in doing like
Do you
a.
think anyone could attempt a Hughes?
Oh no, I haven't seen any
Everyone
online
in the
at all.
office should just be everyone doing Hughesy. That would be the funny Hughesy sketch, is that everyone in the sketch is doing a Hughesy.
Yeah,
In the Hughesy sketch.
well, isn't there's a couple of Saturday Night Live. They've done it twice now. The format, which is there was one. It was the Christopher Walken family reunion.
Oh, yeah.
you seen
right.
that where it's like every
I
cast
haven't,
member-
but I can imagine what
Yeah.
it would be like.
and they did
yeah.
it again with Jim Carrey, the Jim
Yeah.
Carrey's family reunion. Everyone's doing a version of Jim Carrey.
I mean, the Dave Hughes family reunion writes itself.
Hughesy, can you believe it? No.
Everyone relax!